Hello people, welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial I'll take you through on how to purl stitch in knitting for absolute beginners. The basic equipment for this tutorial are these knitting needles. This is a 5mm needle. The size of it is a 5mm. The two of them, a pair of scissors, a 50-gram yarn, and a tape measure. To begin with, I'll start by making a slip knot. I'll form a slip knot, and this is the tail yarn, and this other yarn is called a working yarn that is attached to the rest of the yarn. I'll pick my knitting needle and I'm going to pass it through the loop. Pass it through the loop, and this is going to be my first stitch. I'll use my working yarn to wrap it through my index finger on my left hand and the tail yarn to wrap it around my thumb on my left hand. And I'm going to form other stitches. So that's my second stitch. I'll make 20 stitches. The purpose of a tail yarn is to enable me to form a stitch. You can see right there in the video. So those are my 20 stitches. It has formed some pattern at the bottom. You can see the pattern. So I'll turn my needle and I'm going to push through the stitches close to the end to make it a bit loose. And I'll pick my right needle and I'm going to pass it through the first stitch. There, it has formed a pattern like an X. And I'm going to use my working yarn to wrap it through the needle from the back to the front. And I'm going to push it down using my thumb. And I'm going to again and wrap it from the back to the front. I'll push it through using my thumb, and I'm going to pick the loop that has formed and off the needle. Again, I'll repeat this. I'll pass it through the stitch and use my working yarn to wrap it through from back to the front, and I'll use my thumb to push it down to pick it through the other side and off the needle. From the back, wrap it through from the back to the front, then you push it down and pick it through the other side. I'll repeat this till the end. This pattern is so easy to make. This is the second most popular pattern that is there in knitting. The first one being a knit pattern, which I did on the previous video. If you didn't watch, please, I recommend you to go ahead and watch it. I did the knit stitch. That is the first pattern, and the purl stitch is the second pattern. There's a bit of a difference between these two. So this is my last stitch. This is how it has turned out to be. I'll repeat this again on another row. Push it closer to the end to make it loose. Pass my needle through the first stitch. Right there. You pass it through the first stitch to make an X. It forms an X pattern. And you have to make sure your needle is in front. The right needle is in front, the left needle. You can see. I'll pick my yarn, my working yarn, and I'm going to wrap it through around from the back to the front of the needle, of the right needle, and I'm going to push it downwards using my thumb. I'm going to pick it from the other side, the loop that has been formed, and off the needle. I'll tighten it a bit, and then the next one, pass it through the stitch. You can see it. Use my yarn to wrap it from the back to the front, and then I'm going to pick it through the other side. Again, pass it through, wrap it around from the back to the front. This pattern is so easy to make, anyone can do it. Again, with this pattern, you can use it to make a sweater, a cardigan for babies, This is how it has turned out. I've used a 50-gram yarn, but I've combined the two to make it 100 because of this needle. It's a bit thick. A 5mm needle. It's a bit thick for this yarn, so I had to combine the two to make it 100-gram. But if you have 100-gram yarn, there's no need to combine. You can just work it through without combining. As I was telling you, you can use this pattern to make a sweater, a baby cardigan, a baby pants, socks. You can use it to make a dress from it, and a beanie hat. I mean, there's so many outfits you can use this pattern to make. And that's my last stitch. So guys, this is much later. I'm going to measure this size to know the size that it has come up. And the pair of scissors is used to cut off the working yarn, but I'll have to finish off the work first so that I can come and cut it off. You cut right there, the working yarn. You can see it clearly, the pattern, the purl pattern. So easy to make, guys, you can do it. So let's make the last row. There's nothing new introduced along the way, guys. It's just a repeated cycle. Can you imagine how easy it is? So the same thing over and over till you get to the end. As I was telling you, the difference between the purl stitch and the knit stitch. With the purl stitch, I'll have to pass it through the right needle to the front of the left needle. You can see, you pass it to the front of the left needle. But with the knit stitch, I'll have to pass it under so that the left needle is in front of the right needle. You can watch it on my previous video. So this is it in front of the left needle. So easy to make, guys. Pass it through the stitch. I'll use my working yarn to wrap it from the back to the front. So this is it, guys. You can see just the repeated cycle, nothing new. You can see I'm almost at the end, and this is the last stitch. So yeah, I'll drop off my left needle, and this is how my work has turned out to be. So easy to make. So guys, at this point, if you like this video, please consider subscribing, like, comment, and share. And I'm going to see you on the next video. The next video I'm going to cast off the top of the stitches. So guys, I'll see you on my next video. Bye.